right?
Yeah, should I switch it to my laptop?
Actually, I appreciate that. If you switch to your laptop and then record,
Yeah.
Dave, is you ready? Nick, is you ready? All right, I'm ready. All right, let's go. Word. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Tawanda's Live Request. Yes, the quarantine edition. We're resuming instead of meeting in person because that's dangerous. Right now, from all the way across the country in LA, I got my homie Dave Boy. What up, Dave?
Hey.
Wait, say last name for me because I think I just butchered it.
Oh, Gborie, man. It's
Gborie,
just
Dave.
really silent.
Yeah, I get it. Like it's African names. I totally get that shit.
Yeah, some shit that wasn't supposed to be written in English anyways.
Exactly. Some shit that wasn't supposed to be like it's like that's the truth. Like every time you say an African name in America, you're just like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah, this wasn't even for you.
Yeah, this wasn't for y'all to digest. This wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to know how to say it.
Yeah, like our ancestors were like, we're gonna name these names that only we understand. They weren't meant for us to be like, yeah, you can just call me. You can call me this. Yeah, no.
It hurts my heart when you see Africans have to shorten their names and shit, you know?
I'm like, yeah, hi, my name is Chad.
Yeah, and you're like, your name is not Chad.
Chad. Then they see him talk. You see him say their real name, and you're just like, why don't you just say that? Okay, that's especially for me because my name is fucking Tawanda, and Tawanda, like, it flows as a name, but everyone thinks it's a girl's name. And then I meet African people that are just like, oh, your name is Tawanda, and then they like find out that's my whole full name. And for a second, you can kind of see some jealousy of just like, you're just living free in this world. I wish I had your bravery.
Yo, yeah, it's like, because that's gotta hurt your heart going, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Going just because to make it easier for them to say. And we gotta know we gotta know what fucking Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. Who else? Anybody named Siobhan? So, yeah.
Renee Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger. Like, just all these shitty white names.
Every Eastern Bloc last name. Every Stanislavski, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. We had to read what's his name. Who wrote Crime and Punishment in school?
Oh, is it
Dostoevsky or whatever.
I know.
And the teacher wasn't even like, yo, the last name is complicated. They were just like, you need to know this, and it's just like.
And then, but you can't say my name. You know what I mean? My shit's 7 letters.
I'm not gonna lie though. One of my most embarrassing moments is happening in 4th grade because I was living in Baltimore and shit, and I had to read some shit and it said Tupac Shakur, but I said Tupac Shaker.
Ooh, that does hurt.
And my teacher started dying laughing. My teacher was just like,
oh man, did you not know?
Nah, because I was like 8, and my parents were like super like, oh, rap is the devil. You can't listen to that shit.
Okay, so what were you listening to as a kid then?
I mean, like I still was listening to rap.
You're like a hip hop head. So
yeah, I mean, I was. It just like wasn't like in the house like that. Also, it's like I listened to what was on the radio and shit.
Yeah,
and
me too.
Yeah, it wasn't like until I would say when I was a kid, because everyone remembers when Gangsta's Paradise came out. That was a huge fucking deal. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew that song.
Yeah, that was.
And then like there's like Whoop, there it is, all that shit. Because I was in Baltimore kind of. But then I didn't really like I wasn't like, oh shit, this is a whole movement, this is a whole thing. Till I got to like when I was like I think 10, living in Atlanta, and No Limit just kind of like just took No Limit and Cash Money just took over. Like that was everywhere.
That was a great time, man. I like No Limit's extended roster. I liked all of them. Like I miss
like
Phoenix.
Magic.
Yeah.
Mia X.
Mia X, man.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Mystical was on. Mystical was there.
Yeah, man. You forget like how great that shit. Like those album covers, even.
Oh, Penny, those album covers. Like I've wanted to do something. If I make a comedy album, I'm gonna use that same font. But then I went back and Bigger and Blacker by Chris Rock. It has that. It's pen and pixel.
Yeah. He did it. He was, man.
Oh my God, that's so fucking cool.
Rock knew what time it was.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. Chris Rock always has like his album covers are dope as shit from the first one.
Yeah, his albums are the best. I just watched. You seen that shit? They have this shit on Hulu about cultures about when Bigger and Blacker came out.
Yeah.
And it's man, it's crazy. It's just all these people talking about like how it affected them, and they get to the bit obviously. And Wanda Sykes was like, I saw that and I was like, what are you doing? because that shit has been like, I love that bit, but it's also like I've heard white people use that bit to justify racism.
Yeah, I saw a white woman today who basically she took that bit and she said there's Karens and there's white women, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, see, what are we doing?
I was like, damn, like it's like I appreciate your effort, but it's like they can't use that bit. It means too much because at this point, like niggas are seen, like black people in America, we're seen as like kind of monolith, or we're kind of just like it's like we are a community. No matter how dysfunctional it seems, we're still a community. We try for that. So it's just like if one black person does wrong or somebody's hurt, we all empathize, or we're all just like, all right, what happened?
Yeah, and that's the thing is about white women. That's why you can't use it for them. Is I don't think that they view each other in that way.
No, they do not. Like, oh my god,
I don't think a white woman commits a murder or some shit, and then other white women are like, "Damn, it had to be a white woman, huh?" Like
they never say that. You would never see like a white woman on the run and other white women help. The only time that's ever happened is the only white woman solidarity is Thelma and Louise. That's the only time that there's like,
and that wasn't based on a true story.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was like it's a fantasy. Like white women only like each other when they're like when they're like dating and shit, and that's it.
And I don't even know if they like each other when they're dating.
Nope.
They're just tolerating each other more.
Nope. That's why even like Orange is the New Black, when white ladies go to jail, they were snitching on each other.
Yeah, immediately.
I'm sure. Yeah, her girlfriend was like, "Hey, I know you're not involved in any way, but that would never fucking happen with black people."
That whole show made me so mad, man. I'd tell you the truth. I don't fuck with that show, man.
I honestly think that like the white lady, because that's based on a true story. I think the white lady, when she first put it up, she probably thought like, oh, Piper is likable because Piper is like me. But then I think she saw how people were they hated her so much.
It's the most irritating character, like so irritating that it makes it like tough to get through the show. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But like this, I mean, we can talk about white ladies in jail forever, but that's not the point of the podcast. The request in Tawanda's live request isn't white women in prison, although that is a desire. All right, hey, now, lock it. I wasn't even mad at Hillary. I just want to see a white woman go to jail.
Yo, I just want it once, man.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
It's like a remember it. Like, yeah, that happened though.
She didn't deserve it, but yo, that was amazing. Like, we never got to see Martha Stewart's perp. We never got to see her perp walk. We never got to see that shit.
Oh man, we did. Yeah, that's.
Or like Lori. Yeah,
really. Like she never was in a situation where she looked disrespected throughout.
Exactly. That's why. I just want to see it. Like, and it's not even like because I want to see ill. I just want to like even when like the college shit happened. And there was like the white ladies got hit with that because they're doing the whole USC fraud shit. Yeah. I remember when that happened at work, I was in like my group chat, like the Slack or like all the work chats in all caps. Like, did you guys see this? And I was walking up to every white lady like, oh my God, look what just happened. And I was pointing at my phone like, did you see that? Oh shit. And I was so excited. And they're just like, yeah, I saw. But they couldn't understand. They didn't understand how important that was.
There's no solidarity there.
There's no solidarity. But anyway, yeah, they don't care. But anyway, we're talking about music. Yo, what's your favorite song that you've been listening to a lot lately?
Man, G-Dep every day. It just feels like the time for it. That song is like, I've always loved that song, and it's so sad, but it's like
it's amazing.
Right.
Bro, I remember the first time I heard it. No, not even the first time. I watched the video one day.
Me too. That's how I saw it. I saw the video first.
And I was like, holy shit. His life sucked.
Yo, and he means it. It's like so specific.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he felt that shit.
Yo, I think lyrics of this song at least once a week. Every week I always think of just like cried for breakfast and I slept for dinner. I'm just like,
he said, what did he say? He said, everyday pants in a week is enough.
Everyday pants is a week is. They said, no, I ain't want a front. All I want is a blunt, a pair of blue and white junks, and a pair of blue and yellow junks. No, a pair of blue and yellow dunks, and my hundreds and chunks.
Man, like, bro.
Yeah. No, it's just like he's just sad. I love when he says, my baby mother with another brother with cash. They
Yo,
drive by, roll down the window, and
laugh.
laugh.
Yo,
That's fucked up.
Oh man.
Could you imagine it happening could you imagine being a dude, like being like imagine the car ride to G-Dep's house.
Could you, because it's also like, she rolled by when he was with people. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like he was hanging out. Oh man, I can't even, the public disrespect.
They're like, hey, so we need to go pay that bill. But first, let's go drive by and laugh at you. All right.
Yo, let's laugh at this nigga, bro.
Let's laugh at this nigga. That sounds mad fun though. Let's go laugh at nigga. Bro.
No, it would be really hilarious to see.
And then I remember in the video they do it, and then his daughter's in the back seat of the car.
Oof. Bought my daughter
and a Nintendo. Now she calling him dad.
Ah, man.
He was going through it.
Yo, and like he wasn't going through, like, it's not like one of those songs where there's like positivity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna get better for him.
It doesn't.
After the song is over. Like,
yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, what's crazy though is kind of like, because we're talking about this, but like his first single was like Special Delivery and Let's Get It.
Yeah.
And then I remember at the beginning of Let's Get It, he says, "You ready? I was born ready." What do you say? Something like fish and spaghetti.
Yo, oh man, what does he?
Ready? I was born ready. I was already. I gotta find the lyrics because it was like.
Yeah,
I remember.
Already on fish and spaghetti, I think.
Yeah, I was already on and he was talking about fish and spaghetti like it was like this. It was a delicacy. And I remember in the video they go down to the plate and it's spaghetti with some fried fish, and I'm like, God damn.
Yo, that's a struggle. Man.
Yeah, they were like in like, but they were also like in like an all white room. All the kids were wearing a black, like they were wearing Spurs jerseys. All the kids were fresh as shit. Just Harlem shaking the entire time.
I think G-Dep had a bad life, man. What is it?
He did.
What's that song where he says what he says what his name means? It stands for the game. It don't ease pain.
That whole first album is just sad, bro.
Like, yo, but
Dog.
I like that. I like sad. Yo, the older I get, man, the more I realize I've only ever listened to rap, right? And I guess R&B.
Yeah.
So that whole like emo phase that people have or whatever, I never really did that. So I like a lot of depressing rap.
Yes, and that's why I agree with you. 100% see that. My emo phase was Joe Budden.
I was just gonna say Joe Budden.
That was the saddest nigga I've
my God.
He was just depressed.
I never heard anybody rap about antidepressants before.
Bro, he had a song.
This dude was addicted to PCP?
Yeah, he was.
What?
He had a song 10 minutes, which is literally, it's 10 minutes long. Actually, it's 9 minutes, 52 seconds, but still, it's 10 minutes long. And it's just him smoking a cigarette, just sad about his life.
Yo, Joe Budden is a sad guy. Happy he glowed up at the end.
I mean, a part of me is kind of happy about that, but also I'll tell you this. Here's my thing. I was a Joe Budden, like, I wouldn't say stan, but like that was my guy. Like I had Mood Music 1, 2, 3, and 4. I kind of was like, all right, but still, I had all them shits. But what was crazy was I remember there was a video on, like, I think it was All Hip Hop or one of those sites, and they're like, oh, look, it's Joe Budden and his girl. And his girl was Tahiri.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tahiri was so fine. Like her ass was like absurd. It was like absurdly fat. And she was like just so, and I was like, and then I remember on a song, he said they see the ass on his girl and they wonder why he's so mad at the world. And I was like, yeah, why are you so fucking mad? Like, explain why you're still mad. Like, your girl is so fucking fine.
Because it's clinical, bro. He's clinically depressed.
He is. But then it's like, but then he just kept getting beautiful women. Like, he got the main chick from the Freaka League video.
Yeah, he gets, like, beautiful foreign women.
Yeah, just absurd. Like, I remember also he fucked Gloria Velez.
Man, God bless it.
Yeah, I remember this. It was yesterday. So I remember like it was yesterday. It was a YouTube video, and they're talking to about his new album and shit. And Gloria Velez was there, and Gloria Velez, they're talking. He's like, yeah, da, da, da. And like, you've been hanging out, you've been cool. And then he's talking, and then she says, hey everybody, Joe eats pussy, y'all. And he gets so embarrassed because in 2004, 2005, that was the worst thing you could do.
Man, that shit is. Man, we gotta really.
We did. I mean, like eating ass became like just regular, but like back then it was like he eats pussy. Like I remember everyone he eats pussy. He's gay. Like, that doesn't.
Which is not even sensical. Like, as far as like a line to draw, it doesn't even make sense.
It does not make any fucking sense. But back in the day, I remember it was like, oh, you eat pussy? You're fucking. Yeah. That dude's so gay for that. Like, how does that make any? Listen, so you have sex for pleasure, not just like that's.
People got bad ideas about shit.
Yeah, that's why people got really bad ideas about all this shit. But yo, I could go on. But like, what especially now, what's attracted to you to everyday? No, let's call it everyday struggle.
Every day, it's just
every day. It's every day. Yeah, you're right. What attracted to you that song?
I mean, it's like right now, it's just like. In the house, no signs of coming out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I live like kind of in the cut too. I live like outside of LA. I live in the valley, so it's for real. Like, nothing going on, no signs of letting up. It's like not even like, I don't want to say it's as bad as like depression, but it is this general like, yeah, just shit's not going, nothing's growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
That's how that song feels to me.
Yeah, you feel stuck. That's weird. Yeah. I empathize with that because when I was younger, I listened to that song. I just remember, I vividly remember one day just walking in Jamaica Plain in Boston. It was pouring raining outside, and I walked past the Foot Locker that was in Jamaica Plain. I had no friends like that. I was just I walked past a CD store that I got robbed in one time. And I'm just walking, just this sucks. I was what is that sense of just this is gonna last forever.
Yeah, that's how this feels, and that's the hard part.
Yeah,
because like I said, there's no hope in that song. Yeah,
there isn't. Because he says it because the last lines are I don't know where this I don't know where to begin, but this is where it could end.
Exactly. Man.
I was like, he's gonna fucking kill himself. What the fuck is?
You feel like he could.
Yeah, you feel like he could. And then flash forward a few years, and it's oh, G Dep is on PCP, and then G Dep has murdered somebody, and now he's in jail.
Listen, the game, it don't ease pain. He's got his own problems, man.
Yeah.
I wonder he's in Jay's will somewhere.
You think?
Jay, that's what Jay said.
Really? I didn't know that.
With Meek Mill?
No, not.
I mean, not G Dep.
G Dep, yeah.
That was a bad time to be signed at Bad Boy, bro.
It was that Bad Boy era where everybody, cause it was when Puffy was on. You know what I mean? How Puff has had
Puffy was, yeah, yeah. Puffy,
yeah, it wasn't a good era.
Yeah, Puffy was still. It was in that 4 or maybe 5 year period where Puffy was still getting over his breakup with J-Lo.
Which should take 5 years.
It should, because it took I Need a Girl part. It took I Need a Girl part 1 and then I Need a Girl part 2. It took you had those things. I'm sad. No, wait. I could be sadder.
You know what? I Need a Girl. Those videos were you ever go out with your friend right after he gets dumped and he's trying to pretend like he's having a good time, but he's not? That's what I Need a Girl was. You know what I mean?
Let's get turned. But you watch him in the corner. He's just
yeah, he's drinking, but he doesn't like the way it feels.
He doesn't like it. This is not what he wants to associate it with the drink.
No, man.
But it took I Need a Girl part 1, I Need a Girl part 2. Then the song Trade It All. That's that to me. That's I Need a Girl part 3 because again he's saying the same shit. I think somebody in the studio was like, Puffy, you can't remix a song 3 times and say the same thing every time.
It is the same song, basically, right?
It's the same shit. You just I would trade everything I had to have you back. But
can't relate.
Yeah, but Puffy got because Because Puffy, it was J Lo. It was J Lo in 2000s when she still liked niggas. That's J Lo when she still liked black people was amazing.
It was great.
Like Fly Girl J Lo,
Yeah.
fucking fantastic. Selena J Lo, and also Puffy saw Selena and was just like, he saw her in those white pants and was like, my God.
Yo, she had the cakes in Selena, man.
She did. She was so fine.
She was so fine.
Yeah, she was saying nigga on songs with Ja Rule and shit. Like it was like that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was a news story.
Yeah, that was a whole. And she was just like, hey, I'm from the Bronx. I'm Puerto Rican, and people in New York were like, yeah, but then. And it's like, all right, but you're from the Bronx and you're from New York. You're around black people, but in every movie you're in now, you're always like Italian or some shit.
Yo, does she not play Hispanics in movies? I don't think I've seen.
After that Puffy shit, Hispanic shit was done. She was after that Puffy shit. Her mom was like Jane Fonda in movies. She's like, oh fuck this shit, nigga. I'm not like because Puffy had when the Puffy shit happened with Shine, they got arrested. And they got taken to like one of the worst like holding cells in New York, which is like underground. So he had her like she was like handcuffed underground.
Ooh, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, and she was a fly girl. She's that's J Lo, super fly. He had her like you ever have a girl in a really bad situation?
Oh
you're
yeah.
looking at her and it's like
you're like this is that it's not gonna go. You know it's done too. You're like, all right, this is my bad.
This is my bad, but still, like a part of you has to fight for it. A part of you is just like, if I make the right joke, I can like, I'm like, hey, so a Saturday night, right? This is crazy. And she's just like, and I'm like, oh damn.
I think the moral of that story is don't bring Shine around your girl. Like
no. The moral of that story is. Shine. I'm a Shine defender. I'm very pro Shine. I'm very pro.
No,
Shine.
I like Shine. I'm just saying that's like a whole different business.
Basically, the problem is if Shine says, I don't know if you should go to this. If Shine thinks, oh, I got to bring my gun, don't go to that establishment.
Right.
If you see Shine getting dressed, they go, why you have the gun? Oh, because we're going here. Don't go, because that's what happened. Because Shine said they were at a club. Puffy was beefing with somebody. He saw a guy walk up to Puffy. And Sean was like, I know that guy from the streets. That guy is a murderer. That guy shoots first, asks questions later. If I didn't pull that gun out, Puffy was going to die.
Damn.
So it's like, yo, trust that. But again, it's Diddy.
Diddy's known for doing that, though. Have you heard that story? I think it was on Drink Champs. The Locks were talking about, like, right after they got signed, Diddy like slapped some guy in the club and was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm with the Locks. And they were like, yo, we barely even know this.
Like, nigga, are you fucking Diddy's one of those guys who's like, nah, fuck that. My man is and the Locks is in the background, like, excuse me.
Yeah,
like,
they were both like, I think it was Jadakiss was telling the story. He was like, what? Like, didn't see it coming. I'm with the Locks.
You probably thought he was joking.
Yo, I think Diddy gets like real drunk, I think is what it is.
I have a lot of theories, but I'm afraid that he's gonna find this podcast and kill me, so I don't want to say too much.
That's reasonable.
Because I'm not gonna die. But trust me, my Diddy queries, my Diddy information, that's a wild boy.
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, something about that guy, man.
There's something about him, but I'll say this. It translates to good music because I Need a Girl Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 were good. Also, I really feel like if Diddy wasn't secretly still devastated about J-Lo, G-Dep's career wouldn't have been what it that first album wouldn't have been that. Child of the Ghetto, he wouldn't have had an every day if Diddy was happy.
That's true. Sad Diddy era music is great. You know what I mean? Even like everything right after Big, you know what I mean? Did it pause?
David, I can see Tawanda. Looks like you're frozen.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll just take this time to apologize to Memphis Bleak because that's who I was talking about.
I saw him once. I went to see Jay at T-Mobile in Las Vegas, and
Mhm.
Memphis Bleak was walking out the side. Nobody recognized him, so I yelled at him. It was a great moment for me.
What was his reaction when you yelled at him?
Yo, he gave me like chin up. Cause like I don't think it was because it was in Vegas. It wasn't in New York, so I don't think that many people like know him like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, Bleak," and he was like, "It's pretty cool." Oh shit! Did Tawanda leave?
Yeah, he's probably gonna come back in.
Oh, cool.
His internet must have like fucked up or
Out.
something.
Yeah. Are you guys both in New York?
Yeah.
Man, how is it out there? It seems crazy.
I mean, today I went out today, and there were too many people around. Like, just
Really?
it felt like a regular day, like as if we haven't been inside for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's like there was traffic that made me uncomfortable.
Damn. It's like, yo, that's the opposite of here. It's like a ghost town everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the beach a little bit. I guess I've been hearing people saying that the beach is crowded, but like where I live, I don't even really see people walking on the street.
Really?
Yeah,
Was it like crazy before? Was it like
it was
packed due to
active. Like
people
you'd
around?
see families out and walking and stuff before, and now it's like hardly anything, and no traffic, which is crazy for LA. So it's like, hopefully we get that shit under control. I don't know. Are you guys opening back up soon? Like, are you guys opening up stuff up?
New York City, I think is gonna be a little while. They're starting to slowly, like in phases, open things up. I think they're closing off some roads to help with the social distancing for people who are like walking around.
Yeah.
But I think we're a little ways away from like just things opening back up like regular.
That shit. Eesh. Yikes. That shit. It sucks because doing entertainment too. You know what I mean? Like everything stopped. Like,
Is like Instagram is getting people deals at this point. Like people just being on
cause
going
like
live.
that's crazy too, right? I saw somebody was saying like people were trying to buy verses.
Yeah, it's Swizz and Tim, like they were offered millions of dollars to like sell it off, and they said no.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that shit's the best. I love that.
Did you watch the 112?
No, I didn't see
One?
it. The last one I saw was the Beanie Man
That they should. That's the Hall of Fame. I don't know how they can
one.
match anything.
The
You want to be that
cops.
guy? Do you want to be that guy?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I can't imagine it's gonna get better than that.
Nah,
How was the 112 one though?
I didn't watch a lot of it, but people were saying like the sound was bad to a point where like I think they cut it off or something like that. But
It was
just I
112 and
forget
Jagged
who.
Edge, right?
Yeah, I forget whose sound was bad, but it just it wasn't working.
Isn't 112 has different member? Like it wouldn't even be the original guys though, right?
I I think it was there. Maybe it was like one dude missing, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I don't know. All I know is Slim. That's the only one I know that's
Yeah,
in there.
Slim's the only. He's the most popular one. Slim, yeah, he's the only one who had like name recognition in that group.
Yeah, it's like Slim and then Jerry Thomas. I don't know who the.
Yeah, I don't know the other one. Is
No,
Carl Thomas in it? I don't know the names of anybody in Jagged Edge either, though. To be fair.
no, and there's like two sets of twins or something crazy
Yeah, they're
like that,
like,
right?
yeah, it was something like their brothers, two
Mm-hmm.
brothers, or like cousins or some shit.
Something like that.
He's back.
Tawanda's back.
I can't hear him though.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I don't. I can't hear
Can't
you.
hear you.
Did it
It
freeze
looks like
again?
he froze again.
Damn.
God damn.
Hold up, I'm gonna take this 1 second. Then I gotta plug my computer in real
Yeah, no problem.
fast.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my god, that was the most frustrating. I gotta call it was two things. One, my fucking internet just gave out for no fucking reason, and then on top of that, like I tried to connect with my phone, and my data on my phone, like I had 1 bar of service. I usually have 5.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Oh my god, it's just fucking that was so frustrating. And my connection is still unstable. I gotta call my internet service because what up?
No, I was gonna say worst case you can join from your phone, but you just said your phone.
Yeah, my phone's. I had to restart my shit. I had to restart my shit.
Damn.
Yeah, so like today I hate everything about my apartment. Like my internet's not working, my phone's not working. Some guy came in trying to suck my dick last night.
That was me to laugh, but
It's not. It's funny. Yo, sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, my internet just shit the fucking bed. So my internet shit the bed, then my phone's internet shit the bed back to back.
Yeah, that's all good.
All right. So
I'm still recording on the same one. Is that all right?
yeah, it's fine. I'm still recording too. Like I recorded a bunch. Like I still have everything recorded. So I'm probably gonna go in and like try to edit that shit later. But what's the last thing we were talking about?
Oh, I Need a Girl. How they're the same song.
Yeah. All right. There we go. So that's the same shit. And I feel like Diddy saw G-Dep and was like, if Diddy was still like with J-Lo, every day would have never happened.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, because I feel like he would have been like, what the fuck is this depressing shit, bro? Life is good. Life is good.
I'm trying to think now. Is there like, I mean, Biggie had some depressing shit. Bad Boy didn't make I don't think Diddy does make a ton of depressing music, does he?
He doesn't. And the thing about Biggie's depressing shit, I know on his first album, it's like he recorded it in 2 parts. Like there's half the album that's super gritty, super like, oh, this is trash, everything's sad. And the other half is all like the pop hits and shit. They recorded at 2 different periods of his life in the same year.
Really?
Yeah, like Everyday Struggle, or because the tone of Ready to Die, like while it's a well-made album, the tone does shift like dramatically. You got fucking because you have what you call it back in the what's it called, the intro to Everyday Struggle or whatever. It's just like, god damn, this is depressing.
Yeah, Biggie was depressing though, right? Like in general, can we say that overall? Is that fair?
I mean, it's hard to disagree.
Right? Like if you really take the tone of like what we got from him, it's all pretty
like
sad.
his first, the major song. This is for everybody who called the cops on me when I was just trying to make money. It's like, you made it. You gonna start off
like it's even Juicy's like, it's tinged with sadness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I think we lost him again.
Oh man. Hey, Tawanda, I don't know if you can hear us, but it's okay.
Yeah, he pulled off. Yeah, I'm looking at the track. I'm looking at the track listing. They are way different songs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
For Ready to Die.
Ready to Die. Let's see.
Just like Things Unchanged, Give Me the Loot, Machine Gun Funk, Warning, and then Ready to Die, and then all of a sudden, One More Chance. Damn, what a good album, though.
I forgot there was a Suicidal Thoughts on there.
Yeah, that song. That's what I'm saying. It's like a guy. I don't think a guy makes a song like that without, you know what I mean, being a pretty depressed guy.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if like that was just his, like how he was, and then all this party shit was Diddy kind of pushing him towards.
I mean, you wonder
that Juicy
right?
track that was Diddy. From what I understand, that was like Diddy pushing him to record on that track.
Also, what was I watching? I was watching something where they were talking about the image, the whole image thing was Diddy too, like the Gucci down to the socks and all that. That wasn't like how he was before, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, you wonder if Diddy like took him and made him what he was, which it worked, right? Like,
Yeah.
One of the greatest rap stars ever.
So he was like the Barry Gordy of the of 90s rap.
Man,
like taking these artists in and molding them.
I think that might have happened. That might have been it, because like, I don't know. Diddy couldn't lose in the 90s either.
No.
Like the whole Bad Boy. Because now who's on Bad Boy? I don't even know.
Oh my God.
Is Cassie still on? That's the only.
Is Cassie on Bad Boy?
No, Cassie's gone. Cassie's fucking gone, bro.
Who's on Bad Boy right now?
The band and who else?
I think French Montana might be on Bad Boy.
Really?
Machine Gun Kelly might be on Bad Boy.
Man.
112 might be on Bad Boy.
112 is on Bad Boy forever.
Yeah, but it's 112.
Yeah,
but at this point, 112 is just Slim. He's the only like.
That's what we were talking about. So it is just him. It's just
It's like because Q was like, I'm not a part of this shit anymore. But it's also just like you can't remember anybody else's voice really from 112. It's just Slim.
No, I don't know any. I don't know what they even look like.
No, it's like it was funny because they've been around forever. They've been around for at least like since the 80s. No, since the 90s.
Since the 90s though, for sure. Like different eras of hits. Like
yeah, they have several. Like the fact that they were going up against Jagged Edge was just disrespect.
Listen, man, I liked Jagged Edge.
Everyone did.
I didn't watch the verses. Jagged. I love a group that has 14 dudes in it.
Yeah, has a set of twins. They didn't dance.
They didn't dance at all.
Nah. Yeah, they didn't dance. They just like a lot of their songs sounded the same. But it was like it was hood niggas that could like sing good, and it was like, all right, this works.
I loved it. I love Thug R&B, man.
Yeah, Thug R&B. That them Jaheim.
Yo, any
Keith Sweat.
Man, did you see Keith Sweat on some shit? What was he on? On 21 Savage's cooking show?
Yeah, he has the strongest neck I've ever seen in my life.
Keith Sweat, he's like 58.
Yeah, he's a gang. Keith Sweat is a gangster. Like, I hate my neighborhood so goddamn much. Because now I don't know, because I'm older. Because like I used to live like that, where like people just play music and shit. I used to be like, if I'm driving, I have all the windows down, and I'm blasting shit. Yeah, I'm like, but now I'm just like, if you do that, you can't see it ruins. You can't see the world. You're not driving well.
No, it's not like a good idea. It's like, as a kid, do kids still have systems?
Yeah, they have systems. They still have systems.
Oh man, I forgot about systems. A couple 12s in the back or something.
Oh yeah, exactly. That shit is cool. But then it's just like, I don't want to yell out the window like, "Excuse me, can you turn it down? I'm recording the podcast." That's how you gentrify a neighborhood.
Yeah, that's exactly the sentence.
That's
moving
exactly
out this neighborhood. What happened? Gunshots? No, somebody was doing a podcast.
There's a podcast going on. I couldn't do that. I couldn't be around that. But yeah, bro, like Thug and B, like Keith Sweat. You ever watch that video with Keith Sweat with Jacquees or whatever? He sees Keith Sweat. And he's like, "I'm the new king of R&B." And Keith Sweat's like, "Oh, is that right? Cut the cameras." He says, "Cut the cameras." Like, he's like, I'm about to kill this young man.
I bet he could. Man, it's crazy though. Keith Sweat. I've always loved Keith Sweat. My mom used to hate him, so he was like, she would turn the video off when I was a kid.
Why'd your mom hate Keith Sweat?
She says he's whining. She doesn't like his voice.
I mean, yeah.
Can't argue with that.
It was mad nasally, man.
It's like the Fran Drescher of R&B.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like his shit was up there.
He was such a thug.
He was. Yo, you know his birth name is Keith Sweat? Like, that's his name, bro.
He had no choice.
Bro, his last name is Sweat. Like,
What else do you do with a last name named a Sweat?
yo, there's only so many occupations.
He had to fight.
Yeah.
His last name is Sweat. You have that strong ass neck, bro. You're fighting because have you seen his neck?
Yeah, it's crazy. It looks like an animal's
Like,
neck.
yeah, he's just like, yeah,
He looks like a football player. He's like squared off.
yeah. He's just, oh, I'm like, damn, I'm about to fight somebody today. Like that was a gangster nigga. He was a gangster. Did the Barge niggas were gang? I heard Elder Barge, those niggas was gangster. I heard those niggas was
Really?
gangster. Yeah, I heard those niggas was gangster. I heard Sisqo fought Jagged Edge.
All of Jagged.
I don't know how many members, but like I do like to imagine like a Jackie Chan style fight where Sisqo was like singing, dancing, and fighting at the same time.
Yo, Sisqo was wild. Do you ever take time to think about how he was just like a tiny little dude with silver hair who loved dragons?
That's why Sisqo is like the embodiment of what cocaine on a good day looks like to me.
Yo,
Like no. If you took not like doing cocaine, but like the actual drug cocaine. The actual
drug is cocaine personified.
His cocaine personified, bro.
He is
like
fish scale. He dressed crazy.
Bro, if they ever made a sequel to Osmosis Jones, Sisqo should be the main villain. He's just cocaine.
I don't see how Sisqo isn't the main villain in every fucking movie. Are you kidding?
I'll tell you this though, we can hate on Sisqo, but the song "Incomplete" is one of the greatest songs of all time.
Oh, I'm a Drew Hill fan. And I like his solo work. I think Sisqo. I really like Sisqo's music.
Yeah, I heard that like Sisqo, what happened with him, unfortunately, was that like he was played because everyone thought he was gay. But it's like come on, like all right, Sisqo, you're a tiny man with silver hair. And you have a lisp. Unfortunately, in hip hop at that time, that's all considered very gay. I
mean, at any listen, it's not hard to look. I get where that came from. He also was very I don't know what I'm doing with my shoulders.
Yeah, I get that. He's very remember I think about this shit all the time. This is what I think about with Sisqo all the time. I remember Wild Wild West, right? The song, the main song for Wild Wild West, which you can tell fucking Will Smith put his heart into. Will Smith was so excited because he's like, this is a song. He's like, hey Nas, do me a favor, write some gun bars for me. This is the first.
Let's just do it again.
Yeah, he's rapping. Yo, this is the first time Will Smith could rap about shooting people and get away with it.
Oh, I didn't even think about
that. The first time. So he's trying to lean into it. Oh. If you look at the lyrics, it's just like, yo, I might shoot you. Shoot you. And then it's like, there's a gunshot in the song. He's like, yes, I got it. I can do this shit. But then you hear Sisqo on the fucking chorus.
Singing his heart out.
Singing his whole heart out.
Bro, Sisqo really gave it to that song.
West, Jim West. And he's like, we're going straight to the... I mean, at the same time, I'm not going to lie. Sisqo did his thing. But
yeah, Sisqo, man, he was great.
But that song was not a gun song anymore after Sisqo sang that shit.
No, that was an R&B song.
Yeah, you have to be exceptionally gangster to have Sisqo singing, and then still make it good. Like DMX barely pulled it off.
Yeah, that song felt like two different songs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what these bitches want from a nigga? Tell me. It's like that's not.
It felt like DMX was talking about something and Sisqo was talking about something else.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Sisqo kind of just like even the song he has with Lil Kim, How Many Licks?
Yeah.
It sounds like he's getting his ass ate instead of talking about going out on the chick.
Yeah.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of the how many? It's like no, Sisqo. This is about guys trying to fuck me, not you. Oh, my fault.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try one more time. How many? Stop making sex noises.
He was all sex noises on.
He was so. But then Incomplete came out. Incomplete, that shit. If you ever gone through a breakup, Incomplete, that motherfucker. That's one of that was a doozy.
You know my Sisqo song, or it's a Drew Hill song, man. I love Sleeping in My Bed.
Yes.
That was a hit.
I like that. I like what was it? What's the song? What's the song where they jump? The choreography is just them jumping. Oh, tell me what you want.
No.
Tell me.
That's two different songs. The one where he jumped, where they did the Matrix camera.
No.
That's the one where Nokia decided to rap?
Yeah, when Nokia decided to rap.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was a great time in our lives, bro. Drew Hill
really was. We didn't know what was happening. We
didn't know what was happening. Yo, I've watched some old Drew Hill videos too. If you watch some of them, like the song "These Are the Times," right? The song "These Are the Times." The whole video, is an homage to the Man in the Iron Mask, the movie.
Oh, it is. Yo, that was, you know what? Because I remember when I saw that movie, or when I saw that video, I had never seen the Man in the Iron Mask.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's wait, so it's Three Musketeers?
Yeah, it was like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, that video's fucking crazy.
Is that the video where someone had to teach Sisqo fight choreography?
Yes.
Sword?
Yes, that's the one.
Sit down and say, "Hi, Sisqo. I'll be choreographing your fight scene." Have you ever fenced before, Sisqo?
No.
Man, God bless him. He was a good guy.
So is it time for me to unleash the dragon? Please stop, Sisqo. Stop saying that.
The dragon. I bet you he called himself that.
The dragon.
He called the dragon.
Like, excuse me, Sisqo, dragon.
No, it's like it's dragon. Yeah. Just call me dragon. Like, oh shit.
Yo, to be fair, he pulled off the dragon thing better than drag on, so you got to give him points for that.
Yeah, drag on did not embrace the dragon shit at all.
Do it right, man. And like his album was called Opposite of H2O, which is too many words.
Opposite of H. That's too many. That's too long. Sisqo, unleash the dragon. That shit. You want like, it's like, yes, this is good.
Sorry,
dragons were cool too. Like there was that time period where you could have like a dragon on your hat or some shit, and it was like, man, junior high school.
Yeah, what you gonna say, Nick?
I'm still trying to figure out what the opposite of H2O means.
Oh,
the opposite of water is supposed to be fire. But chemically, it's like, but chemically, doesn't fire have like oxygen in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he thought it through.
I don't think he thought it.
That was a weak gimmick for a rapper.
That was drag on, but Sisqo, like, he was about that shit. Remember Thong Song? He did the one-handed cartwheel, and it was like the craziest shit. I was like that. Sisqo was like, and listening to Sisqo is like doing cocaine off a flip phone. Like that is like a silver flip phone. That's Sisqo's music.
It's a time. The Thong Song is a weird song though.
Ooh, that dress like scandalous. Another one of us can't handle it.
See, that's why people thought he was scandalous. Is a weird thing for
she had done scandalous. Ooh, that.
Have you ever called anyone scandalous in your?
Oh, you're scandalous. Like, wait.
It does sound like in that song he's talking about butts, like women's butts, like he's not familiar.
Exactly.
Like, she had dumpster truck.
It's like a truck.
Talking about
thighs,
like
what? It's like that scene in the 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's like, "Oh, the boob feels like a magazine."
Yeah, bro. She had dumps like a truck.
All night long.
And I was like, let me see that thong. And then her ass went dunna. Like what?
Baby, make your booty go dunna.
Dunna.
I don't. Yeah, it was very much. It sounded like a teen wrote it, like a little boy wrote it.
Yeah, it's like a very sexless shot. I can't think of one time Sisqo talked about sex that sounded like he enjoyed having it.
Yeah, it was more love. The whole sex thing, he wasn't, but he didn't have to though. Nokia was the sexy guy.
Yeah, Sisqo was not.
Sisqo was not he was the front man. He wasn't the sexy. And then they had Jazz, who was just the fat dude, which I also appreciated.
Shout out to the fat nigga. I missed that. I missed that shit. The fat nigga in the group, the fat nigga in the R&B group. That Sisqo. No, Drew Hill had that shit, and I feel like that was a staple.
For a while,
it disappeared.
And then they don't do it anymore.
Say, why the fat nigga can sing, bro.
I like the fat dude in the group, and I was talking to somebody the other day about what's his name? Horse from Braveheart.
You call me Horse. Yeah.
Yo, he put his whole heart into that one verse.
Yo, that's what Jay-Z said the same thing. Like, your body got murdered, you on your own shit.
God, that was a good. Have you gone back and listened to that song recently though?
Uchi Wally Wally.
Yeah.
I always I think about going back, but I have one memory of this of Uchi Wally Wally that it will never be topped, and I can't go back and listen to it. Nick, you might remember this. All right, so in Boston, there's the Boston Comedy Festival, right? And for a few years in a row, Emmanuel Lewis, Webster, the guy who played Webster,
Yeah,
he would just be at the festival.
What? Is he from Boston?
No. But he was there. But he just be there. But it's Webster, so that can't be. So one time he's there, right? And he's there, and we're at the after party, right? And he's just like, "Yo, this music is trash." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Ah." And he walks to the booth, right? He walks to the booth. He starts playing songs. He plays Uchi Wally Wally.
What?
And I'm like, oh, it's like, but it's not like not like weird. But it's like, like when you're good like iPod DJ and you're playing hits, everyone's like, oh shit, like so he's hitting it, and then he gets to that, and it's just like, oh my, he played that song, then he played the Dougie, then got out the booth and he did the Dougie.
What? Yo, he was a party animal.
He was Webster. Also, I remember he came in. I remember I saw him once. He walked in. He had like a Steve Harvey suit on, and a super and it's like, and this shit like. I didn't know how, because he's he's ageless, but the chick he had with him was like she was a beautiful, she's like a super bad 45-year-old woman.
Okay, that's good.
Which is good, but still it's like you could tell he was just like, leave your kids at home, don't worry, I'll pay for babysitter. It was like he had game and shit.
We're going Uchi Wally tonight.
Yeah, he walked in and I was like, this Webster's the truth. Shout out to Webster, bro. Webster was a real nigga.
Yeah, if you saw Webster, you can't really beat Webster playing Uchi Wally.
You can't beat that. Also, I feel, you can't.
It's such a declaration too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like playing that song is like it's getting nasty in here.
You can't go back from that because first of all, the song starts with sex noises.
Yo, that's another one of those songs too, though, where you're like, I think Nas has strange interactions with women. Obviously, history has shown us. But like that song, it doesn't what are you talking about? You really, really got to gut me? Like, who's that for?
I don't know what that doesn't make.
He has weird songs about women. He has that song, also that song You Owe Me, him and Genuine. Also,
what's
your price? Yeah.
Pay me back if you told me that. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? At one point, Genuine is singing, "I put those shackles on your feet."
Wait, what?
Yeah, man, that song is crazy. That song, I mean, listen, I have all my theories about Genuine. So.
Yeah, I remember there was one day, it was me, you, and Sam, 3 a.m. You just telling me, yo, Genuine is gay.
I think that's why he's so depressed.
I don't know, bro. I
really do think that.
I just think Genuine's that's just a pretty nigga.
But he's so sad, bro.
I think that's a pretty nigga that all right, he's a pretty nigga, and that's a curse because when he was a kid, probably it was older women were trying him a lot. I think if anything, I think he could be gay or he could just be scared of women because when he was young, I think he's in the hood or whatever. He's 14, 15, got baby hairs. That's a very pretty nigga. And older women were just ooh, and they probably at him all the time.
That could be it. There's a fundamental deep sadness though with Genuine. Also, look at his Instagram. That's the Instagram of a gay man. I'm just
it's a bunch of pictures of his face and beard and scriptures. And then,
that's And I'm saying that,
Also,
and
he does that face where he like sucks in his cheeks, you know? And listen, I lived with Solomon Giorgio for years. I lived with the gay guy. They do that shit.
but it's just his face, his beard, and Bible scriptures. Which I've learned this: there is nobody who loves God more than like you find a religious gay nigga. They're like the number one religious person. Like they love God.
They love God. They love that dude.
They love that dude. Gay niggas love God. Gay niggas love God. I was watching it. I'm telling you, that's why that's why you have to like when you find a church that accepts gay niggas for who they are and lets them be. That church is lit.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sign of a good church.
Exactly. Go to a church with no gay people in it. That's a bad church, bro. It's not fun.
I mean, because that. It's been so long since I've been to any church though that I can't even remember really.
No, because I remember when I lived in Baltimore, I went to a church and I think it was like my first like black church because I grew up Catholic, African Catholic. I went to a black church and it was like they were just like I remember the choir director, he was gay, but he made that shit lit. Like he knew what the fuck he was doing. Like that shit is important, bro. Like every church needs at least like one gay nigga.
I think so. I think every social group needs at least one gay dude.
Yeah, every like I feel like a gay dude in every group. Yeah, you're right. It makes things better.
My roommate, he told me there was he used to go to this club. He said it was all gay thugs. Yeah, I know. Look at your face, right?
Oh, good.
He said they would be wearing jerseys and shit, just like kissing. It doesn't.
Yo,
you know.
You ever watch one of those fucking? No, you ever listen to UGK's album "Riding Dirty"?
Yeah.
I think about this shit all the time. The skits on that album, it's just one dude in jail, just mad that he's watching two niggas kiss the entire time.
Oh, I don't remember. I gotta go back and
at first, because the first skit, he's like, "Hey man, fresh from the pen, you know how it goes down. Trying to make it work. Shout out to Pimp, shout out to Bun, just making it do what it do." Then the next skit is like, "Man, I saw two niggas tongue kissing, man. They just in there, just full on tongue kissing. I can't do it, man." The next sketch is like, "Yo, these niggas is still kissing, man. I don't know how they can keep kissing." And the third one is just like, "Why these niggas out? These niggas, they say they real, but they still kissing." I'm like, "Yo, why are you still watching them kiss?"
Yo, UGK had a lot of weird undertones.
It did, but that's why you look at you ever listen to Pimp C's there's an interview he had with Atlanta radio that's legendary.
No, I haven't heard it.
Oh my god, because basically Pimp C said Atlanta's not in the South, and then people in Atlanta were just people in Atlanta were like, "No, that's the South," and he's like, "No, that's the East Coast. That's not Southern. The South is Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana. Atlanta is the East Coast," and he just goes on and on and on and on. He says some wild shit. He says some shit that if you listen to anything Boozy ever says, you're just like, "Oh, I get where you get it from."
Boosie, man, I love that guy. I know he's off color or whatever. I love Boosie, man.
I think he's one of the funniest people, but he also is somebody that has stuff he has to deal with, because there are certain things that he's done that all right, first things first, you watch that video of him being like, "Yeah, I paid an older woman to suck my son's dick."
That wasn't even the first time he said that shit.
That wasn't the first time, but he also said, "I paid for her to suck his cousin's dick too." It's that's not even your kid. That's.
Yeah, that was the crazy. That was a wild.
And he was, "I don't give a fuck." And I'm like, "Bro, you should give a fuck."
What's that video?
He also.
You see the video where he was he was talking to somebody and he's like, "I got more freaks than you. I got more freaks than you. I have a bitch come over to my house and fuck a horse." And it was like, whoa.
Where'd you get a horse?
Bro, so many questions.
Also, yeah, it's that's the thing about Boozy that I don't want to get too deep into it, because one day because he has killed people. Well, allegedly.
Boosie's not afraid. Boosie is a gangster for real.
All I can say about Boozy is that I saw a video of him talking about jail, and he was like, "Yeah, I woke up one day. I went to the bathroom. I went to the shower, and I turned the corner in the shower, and I saw a nigga just riding dick, face first, balls swinging, and I was like, man, I want to go home, dog." And he said that. She said that shit, and then the D Wade shit he said about his diet. No, it's like I remember that shit made me laugh because you could see in his eyes how afraid he was. But it's not even. It's like he can't like the dude. He's afraid. He won't allow himself to see outside of his comfort zone. But then again, like, he's lived a crazy life. He had kidney cancer. He had cancer. Diabetes.
Yeah, I think he's
on death row.
Has like a certain set of rules that has kept him safe for so long.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so
yeah,
like he can't. To deviate from that would mean like life or death kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like he doesn't. So he said some shit. Like when he said don't cut. When he was talking about Zai, he said, "All right, the boy can be gay, but don't cut his dick." Like you could see he was so afraid. It's like that's not how this works, Boozy. But then I saw him say this about Tekashi. When Tekashi started snitching, Boozy on his Instagram was just like, "All right, I'm trying to find somebody to play Tekashi in my movie. Who wants to get fucked?" And everyone was like, "Wait, what?" He wanted somebody to play a Tekashi type character who's in jail in his jail movie who gets fucked.
First of all, I have so many questions. How he's making a movie? Is it gonna be like choices or like it's like a full length movie?
A full length movie, but like I think it wants to be about his life because to be fair, his life has been crazy. His life's been interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. He beat a murder case.
He was on death row, a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? But it's just like, why do you need to have somebody get fucked? Like that doesn't make it.
Listen, I'm not gonna pretend to know why Boosie does what he does.
I just think I think that what go on.
No, I was just gonna say I know Boosie's wild because that dude seems way older than me, and he's like 3 years older than me.
Oh yeah, Boosie's like 36.
Yeah, yeah, I'm 33. Bro.
Yeah, Boosie's super young, bro.
No, exactly. That's the craziest part about that dude.
36.
Yo, he's like a young man.
You know what it is? It's the haircut. That's what
the
haircut
fade?
is. That's what makes it.
Also, yeah. Also, he said the life he's lived aged him dramatically. Also, Boosie, like, listen, we talked about him so many times. Yo, Nick, we talk about Boosie a lot on our podcast.
Yeah, we should probably stop.
We should probably stop. I'm like afraid. We talk about him so much. But what was I gonna say? But Boosie, I think the thing about Boosie is that he's just he's a very horny man, right? And horny, and the thing is that horny man energy, when it's not in the right place, is fucking horrifying. Every single like the man should never just be horny horny on the internet or like talk like. You have to be horny in a certain area at a certain like with this consent. Like, all right, I know you're horny. I want to accept that shit. He's just horny all the fucking time.
He is a really horny guy.
That's a very horny guy, and that's a horny man is a danger because horniness is like gamma radiation. It's just like it's good sometimes, but it's destructive more times than not.
It's like a lot to deal with. Like that's like the internet with me right now. It's like everybody's so horny. It's not a trustworthy energy.
It's not. Yo, speaking of which, this happened. All right, so my apartment, right? It's cool. I like my apartment. My building's cool. My roommates are cool. The neighbors are cool. Except there's one neighbor I have who, from time to time, he invites dudes from Grindr to come over at any hour of the night, and then they go to his room, and then they go for like 20 minutes, and then they leave. That's the thing that happens. I'm not saying no names or none of that. But the thing is, when he tells them to come, he tells them, "Oh, the door is unlocked. Just walk into my room."
Whoa.
Yeah. The problem with that is that sometimes they go to the wrong apartment, and sometimes that door is unlocked, And sometimes they're walking to the wrong room. And every time that's happened, that's been my room.
So it's so, dude.
So it's like, so this is horny man. It's just like I'm sitting here, and it's just like a horny man energy just like comes into my fucking like that's fucking like. But luckily, it happened last night. It happened last night, and I was lucky because like I was up. I was wearing like a Gucci Mane shirt and some basketball shorts, and I had like a snap. I had a fitted on, so I'm tatted up, just looking crazy. So when the dude tried to walk in the room, I was like, what the fuck? The guy ran out so fast that I was like,
because that's like about to fuck energy too.
yeah, horny man energy. It's so scary, bro. That shit is because it's just like
in his mind, all the boxes are checked.
Yep.
Door unlocked. I came up to the floor.
your lights on.
Like,
yeah, it's the wrap. He's ready to go.
Yeah, and that's scary as shit. And imagine going from like horny man energy to being like, yo, I'm about to like, because then you walk in, you realize the other person there is not horny, and you might have to like now you go from horny to I have to fight.
Yeah, that's a quick.
Do you want to fight? You know, remember back in the day when Mike Tyson used to say shit like, I want, like, he's like, you're sweet, I'll make you kiss me with those big lips. It was because he's like, I'm gonna tell you when I'm fighting you, I'm horny too. That's scary as fighting a horny man is horrifying.
Yeah, Mike Tyson is horny as hell.
That's made him scary. He was a horny guy.
Horny.
He was horny.
Horny man.
Exactly. And it's
He
like
was like 19 when he was
19.
oh my god,
that's already crazy horny. And
It's already 19 with $100 million. How are you not horny at that point? You can't do. That's like,
I don't think I would have made it.
I think we're all like the fact that he's still alive.
Yeah, I think the fact that he made it through somehow, like, you know. Also, Mike Tyson wasn't the guy who had like any sort of like media training or really seemingly home training.
Nah, and what's crazy and what sucks though is just like you go back and watch his old interviews, he was saying really smart shit. He's saying like you watch his interviews and shit. He'll say some shit like he might say a word or two wrong, but he talks about these deep philosophical things. Or like they'll talk about Sun Tzu or some shit like that and understand like war. And he's a smart guy, but he's a boxer with gold teeth who's from the hood and just has horny energy all the time.
He does always seem horny, man.
He's always fucking horny. Like, you ever hear the Locks tell that story about Mike Tyson?
No.
The Eve story? Bro.
Yo, Mike Tyson smashed Eve?
No, he didn't. Mike Tyson walked up to Eve and said, yo, I'd fuck the shit out of you. And then the Locks had to sit back and they had to figure out, all right, we have to stab Mike. They're like, we have to stab Mike Tyson. And they were like, but then they were like, fuck, how do we attack Mike Tyson? So they were like, all right, Sheik, you go first, because if you get hit, you're the biggest. You could probably take this shit. And me and stuff, they had to strategize because they were so afraid that we have to fight him.
Man, that's fucked up. So wait, how did it end? What happened?
I don't know. I think they just like they didn't fight him. I think maybe he was like, I'm sorry, I was bugging. But still, it was like Mike, or like there's the Mike Joel Santana shit. Which I can't. There's a video of Mike with Cameron Joel with all Dipset, and Mike puts his arm around Joel's, right? He puts his arm around him. Then they're posing for the picture. He lifts Joel's other hand to put it into a gang sign, and you can see on Joel's face like, what is happening? This is wrong. I don't like. I would put it on my.
What's Joel's gonna do to Mike Tyson?
What's anybody in Dipset gonna do to Mike Tyson? Nothing.
Well, this is weirdly specific, but Will Smith told me a story that yeah, crazy, right? Will Smith told me a story that he asked Mike Tyson to punch him at like 10%, right? Like just like he said, just give me 10% on it, and Will Smith was like braced. He said it like shifted his back. He had trouble sleeping for months afterwards.
Oh my god,
bro. It's like no joke. Like,
yeah. But just imagining Mike Tyson punch Will Smith is the funniest shit. No, what year was it? What year was
He
it?
said it was like Fresh Prince era.
So imagine Mike Tyson punching Fresh Prince.
Yo,
He
which
flies back like Jazz.
Jazz. I was gonna say the same shit. Quincy Jones was there. I was like, hold on. What was that?
Quincy was betting on it.
Yeah, because Quincy saw that, and like they put it into every episode.
Bro, I love Quincy Jones.
That's a good name. Shoutout. Hmm? You say something, or did I just fuck up for a second?
No, it just froze for a second.
All right, we're good. All right, we're back. We're good. With Quincy's the greatest. But all right, I'm getting a sign that says my internet is unstable, so we got to keep this moving. I got to ask you, Dave, what's going on in your life right now that you need a song for?
Whew. I mean, I think just like I need some uplifting shit right now, man. Everything is like on hold. The whole world is on hold, so I need some peace, like find peace within yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got that. Find some peace. You know what I mean? Because the world is super crazy, and especially like because you have the corona shit. Then you got this shit with like, oh, cops are still shooting niggas.
Every fucking yeah, man. If I gotta watch any more of those fucking videos.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't watch any of that shit. I can't watch that shit, and I always feel bad because I see people who are like so eloquent, who can express their pain and disgust. For me, I'm just sick of seeing this shit.
Yeah, I can't. I also cannot like. It's hard to like. I don't have the words for it.
Yeah, not that. Yeah.
Other than it's just like whatever that all-consuming anger is you have, just like being a black man in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that feeling, especially.
Yeah.
And actually today I was trying to relax because I was so tense about this shit. Today, like I was just like I took a nap. I was just fucked up. So what I did was like I was playing Animal Crossing, and I put on an album that I think like when I first came out, I didn't respect it. I didn't appreciate it for what it was. But since then, it's grown a lot for me. I put on to Pimp a Butterfly, right?
Okay.
And I played the song I. So, nigga, you find the song I by Kendrick Lamar off Pimp a Butterfly. That song is.
That was the lead-off single, right?
It was lead-off single, and it was like, and I think about when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is like an upbeat, cheery song. I was like, yeah, this is cool. But then it's like the placement on the album is the second to last song. So basically, he's like the whole album is just like Kendrick dealing with his level of celebrity, dealing with the problems in the black community, and looking to Pac being like, bro, people are calling me a leader. People are calling me like this and calling me that. I want to live my life. How did you do it? I heard you were conflicted. I heard you were like, how did you, the power you had, what did you do? And he's talking, and he's going through all this. Then he gets to this song, which is just like, you know what? At the end of the day, I still love myself as a black man. I still love my experience. I love where I came from. This is like, I'm not defined by the sadness in my life. No, I am defined by the happiness that I managed to give myself.
Damn. Now I got to go back and listen to that album. I like the song. I remember when I first listened to the album, because that album is thick, right?
It's thick as shit.
Like, it's like, what's the word, pedantic? It's like, so I never thought about the placement of that song. I do love that song, though. I love that video, too.
Yeah. I feel the same way, bro.
Man.
I love that video. The song and the song and the album, they serve a purpose. Because, like, when I first heard it, it was before, I think it was, like, the last year of Obama and shit. It's kind of like Kendrick knew some shit was really going to go down.
Yo, that's a really good point. It was almost like right when it came out, we almost didn't need it at that point.
We didn't need it at all.
Cause like it was so like, man, those Obama years, we didn't even know how good it was, man.
Yeah, that's why when the Mike Brown shit happened, we were like, God, and the Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown shit, we were like, God damn. Still?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I was such an idiot during Obama, man.
Oh yeah, so was I, bro. I remember when the Coney shit happened, I was like, we gotta do something, guys.
Yeah, like I was out here thinking. I thought what everybody else thought before Trump got elected. I thought shit was sweet during Obama. I was like, how bad could it? You know what I mean? We got a black president. Like we're on.
Yeah, we're lit, bro. We're fucking lit. Like it's fucking cool. Like we got a black president. I'm out here fucking white bitches, and there's no problem. Like
Yo, I'm saying our president can hoop. Like,
our president can ball. Our president can
yo,
ball. Our president gives dap. He talks to rappers. I
yo,
put my finger in a girl's butt in a Hell's Angels bar. I was like, I'm unstoppable.
because you were unstoppable, bro. I was so reckless during Obama. It was like I was president.
Yeah, bro. That's how it felt. We were like, yo, and then shit went. Yeah, and this album came out. And I was like, damn, nigga. Like, I remember I was like, Kendrick, why'd you ruin my mood?
I do remember feeling that way when that album came out. I just remember being like, what? Yeah, what's the? Because it was so different from Mad City.
Yeah, it was.
It was like, which now we know that's how good of an artist he is, right? That he just comes out something completely different. But
exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it. Now is probably the time for To Pimp a Butterfly.
It definitely is. Like, I listened to it today. It was so worth it. And for a long time, I remember I was just like, I don't want to listen to this Kendrick shit. Because what you mean? Like, because I was like, first of all, I think I went through all my mood music, my moody, like, I want to be super lyrical shit when I was younger, when I was in high school, the G-Dep shit and Joe Budden shit. I was like, I'm good. And then, like, I got older and I was like, I'm just a bummer to be around. And I'm not, like, I want to get women.
Yo,
you can't,
and that's not what that music is.
That's not what that music is.
Joe Budden is not.
Yeah, Joe Budden. That was the reason I ended up I stopped being a huge Joe Budden fan, is I was like, you don't make music to get women, but you have a ton of women. I have no women, and I'm a fan of you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, something's gotta give.
Yo, because it's like, because you get that with artists sometimes where it's like, are you just feeding me some shit and you're on some other shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's how I felt about fucking. That's how when Future came out and said I don't do all those drugs, I was just like, come on, bro.
That shit, man. I don't know if I can. Is this a crazy take? I don't know if I can handle Future. Like,
that's not a bad take.
Like even the new album is good, but it's just like I feel the same way about The Weeknd, where I'm like, man, I can't be listening to this.
I feel you, bro. Because it's like, I think it's also because like, I think this is a thing that happens. That I think as hip hop gets older, because it's under 100 years old. So it's like,
I mean, we have the oldest rappers haven't died yet.
Exactly. Well, yeah, they haven't died yet, and we're going through a weird thing where it's like the rappers that are out aren't making music for us anymore. They're making music for younger people. We've aged out of that shit. Because I swear, if you were 20 when Future first came out, like 20 when he first came out with like March Madness and all that shit. Yeah. At this point, you're still like, yeah, I'm with it. I'm 25, 26. Of course, you can still do drugs, treat women like shit. That shit's still cool. But when you're like 32, 33, 34, 35, and listen to this shit, you're like, okay, bro, like you should go to therapy. Like that's not. Yeah, like this isn't a good way. It's not a good way to live.
You're like a kid. You sound childish.
You sound childish. It's like you haven't learned from your mistakes.
But do you not feel like there is a level of rap that is for people in their mid-30s now?
Yeah, I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. That's what.
Maybe not the hits or whatever, you know.
It could still be like some hits. It's just like you just gotta. For me, I think I just pick and choose. Also, it's like you gotta look at it differently, because I think when I was younger, I looked to music as being purely like, I need this to make me feel better. I need this medicinally. I need this. And then I got older and I was like, oh, well, I want to feel like this. Like I can go back. I can listen to NBA Youngboy and shit and be like, oh, this is lit. This is dope. I can enjoy that shit. I can listen to Gucci, be like, oh, this is fucking great. I know now different music is for different modes. When we were young, when we were kids and shit, it was like you had 2-3 CDs. Like I remember, so you had a CD. And no matter how you were feeling, you had to find a song on that CD.
Yup.
Now it's like
I've listened to the Blueprint for like every single emotion.
Exactly. And yeah, and I think, but that's where Jay is an all-time great, because Jay, you go to any of his albums, he does that. Jay does that well. And any album, so whenever you're going through, he's got music for that shit. But then it's like you got newer artists and shit. I think some people they do it well. Some people they can kind of like they understand shit. Like Future still got some shit. Like I think like if you listen to it right, it's good. Drake actually, like if you listen to like some of Drake shit, he's rapping as a 33-year-old man.
I think so too, man. I saw an article somebody wrote recently where they were making like the opposite of that point, and I didn't agree with it. I think
was it a white person who wrote it?
No, that was the crazy thing. It was what was his point? I'll send you the article, but like I think Drake is as far as somebody actually reflecting on what they're going through, I think that he's pretty good about that. Because so many rappers are like, you know what I mean? Like I love it and all, but Pusha T after a while, it's like, okay, but like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, Pusha T, admittedly, I think he admits it himself. Pusha T is very one note. Yeah. I sell coke. But it'll be the best one note you hear.
So good at it. He's
so good at yeah. Do you want to hear Pusha T? You want to hear Pusha T talk about his emotions and shit?
I feel like I want to know that he has that range, but maybe that's like that's not what he does. You know what I mean?
Nah, he did have one song.
Modes, you know?
Yeah,
he does.
He did have.
I think he lets it out with the ugh. That's how
ugh.
you know
yes.
how he's feeling.
I'm not gonna lie though. I make that noise. Well, anyway, I used to make that noise in my job every day, at least like 6 times a day. During meetings, like, hey guys, welcome to like, you know, it's the Friday rap. Hooray. And I'm like, ugh.
It's such a good
as I've gotten and also as I've gotten older, it's got like my it's gotten better.
Yeah, it aged.
Like I remember the first time he did it. It was on What Happened to That Boy before, like during his verse.
Was that the first time he did it?
That's the first time I heard it. I was like, oh shit, this is different.
Man, I loved that song, even with Baby.
Yeah, Baby Baby did like also, Baby. That song is partly where the whole Drake Pusha T beef started, because they were on that song with Baby, right? They were there. They went to New Orleans with Baby. Baby didn't pay them niggas. He didn't pay. I don't think he paid. Some shady shit happened there.
Yo, that dude is a villain, bro.
That dude's a villain, but I think he's not in as much control of his money as he wants you to believe. I don't think. That's just my guess. But then after that, right? So they're not getting paid, right? In the meantime, they're having their problems with Jive. You know what I mean? They're having problems with the record label. Then Lil Wayne comes out. Lil Wayne has the Carter 2. And the Carter 2, he's wearing all Bape shit, you know what I mean? And it's a different sound. And that's when Malice and Pusha had Mr. Me Too. We were just like, that was a diss to Lil Wayne. You watch the video, they're like, oh, you did this, you're like, me too. That's why in the video, you got another nigga there. There's another nigga in the video whose whole thing is that like he's dressing like them, moving like them. Also, another cameo in the video is Gilly the Kid from Major Figures from Philly.
Willie the Squid.
Yeah, Willie the Squid, Gilly the Kid, yeah. Gilly, right?
Major Figures was great, by the way.
They were. Gilly's a legend. Gilly wrote, well, I don't know if he ghost wrote, but he did help Wayne out a lot. He wrote for Cash Money. All right? He was going through his own thing with them at the same time. Also in Major Figures was a nigga, I think he was either in Major Figures or he's an affiliate. That was Ab Liva.
Ab Liva was great too.
Ab Liva was great. Still is. Ab Liva rolls with who? The Clips.
Oh shit.
You got it for cheap. So now it's like, now you got these two niggas that are like, man, Baby didn't do this, didn't do that. And you got Gilly just like, yo, I went through a similar thing. And now it's like you watch Mr. Me Too video, Gilly's in that motherfucker. They're making fun of Wayne and shit. That's where shit's starting there. It's slow, but right. it's there.
Like, and then that starts the disdain, right? Like that's when they
Yep. And then it goes to Drake and Exodus the song Exodus, what's it, Exodus 3:16 or whatever.
Yeah,
The Exodus basically that's not it's not. I don't think it's really him dissing Drake as much as him like warning him like, bro, these dudes are gonna fuck you over.
Yo, he did. Yeah, it was like because
What's
that's I think about that song a lot. Like it wasn't like the tone wasn't like that negative, right?
it wasn't. It's just like them niggas ain't dying for you.
Yeah, and it was like contracts all fucked up. Like man,
You signed to another nigga who signed to another nigga, you signed to another nigga, and that's bad luck. Yeah. So that's where it happened. And then it's like, and then Drake did go through his own shit with Baby and them. And I don't know what happened in between all that, but then Pusha was like, I'm gonna apply more pressure.
Yo.
And he did.
How do you feel about that? I feel like he got him though.
Oh, that was what he did. That's a fucking Pusha T is a villain. That is a bad guy.
Yo, that was like I don't think I have heard a diss record that made me feel like that before.
I felt just cold in my chest.
It was like everything he said was just like, God damn.
I remember I ran to the barbershop I was at and I was like, bro, this shit just came out. And we all listened to it and we were just like, gee. Because first of all, Infrared, he was kind of just, he was like he was talking about Drake and shit. Like, you don't write your shit. And then Drake was like, all right, well, here's my diss back because, you can't talk. I'm top dog. How dare you do that? Drake, I read this in a book today, how sometimes you don't want to fight, but you don't have a choice. There are people who are afraid of fighting, but they know they don't have a choice in whether you don't want to or not. So Drake, he sent a shot at him. He didn't want to do that. He had no choice.
Yeah, because what else is he gonna do? Right?
What else is he gonna do? And then Pusha was like, "Oh, I got him."
Whew.
He came out. It was evil. It was just like the blackface picture that was real.
Oh man, Secret Son.
You are hiding a child. That boy come home.
Man,
I was like, oh, and
messed up the Adidas rollout campaign.
Ruined his whole yeah, because it was called Added On. That was yo.
Yeah.
And when people said that Drake said like he was really like he was super pissed off, like he wanted to say some crazy shit. He wanted to do some crazy. I believe him. I believe that in that moment Drake wanted to kill Pusha T.
Oh yeah, that song is like it was so personal. Like
it was just awful.
It was so mean. Yeah.
It was so mean. Like you're just like, why are you doing this?
Yo, but then Drake out-famous him. That's how
he did. But he did say, yo, your best friend is dying.
That man is 6'6".
6'6". Like, oh my god. Yo, did you ever watch Pusha T on I think it was either Joe Budden's no, it was on Joe Budden's podcast.
Yeah, where he's talking about where he was said that it was 40 or no.
Yeah. Yeah, it was somebody. It was somebody in his crew, and it was just
somebody's girl, right? Like
yeah,
somebody was telling their girl shit, and then she told him. Oof, that shit makes me chilly, bro. That shit was bad. Oh, did he freeze again?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I froze for a second.
Oh,
but yeah, then also like when he was like, oh. You can't even when he's like when Drake was when he's like, oh, so Drake, you talked to my fiance. I was like, why are you talking about my fiance? Why are you talking about a married couple? Oh, it's because you don't have a good relationship with your dad.
Yeah, man.
And I was just like, you have to shoot him. You can't,
bro. That's like, what's that video of 50 saying that? Where he's like, you gotta kill him. You gotta kill this man. Like, what else are you gonna do? Because that shit is like. He said a lot of foul shit.
That's the scary thing about even like 50, because 50 and Pusha had similar qualities in the sense of like both of them when they're at their peak dissing, it was like the only way to stop this from happening is you have to kill me.
Yeah,
like, 50 with fucking Ja Rule and shit. It was just like I'm not gonna stop talking. You're not gonna out rap me. You have to kill me. You have to. And I know you're not. I know you're not gonna kill me. I know you're not gonna do it. So I'm gonna keep.
50 or die trying is like he meant that shit. Like
he meant or die. Yeah, he meant that shit. Also, he was like fucking Jason Voorhees. Like they shot at him, he got back up and came back stronger. They stabbed him, he got back, he got up, got back stronger. And then Ja Rule said, I remember Ja Rule said, I make hit. Like, that's bad. That's bad impression music. I make hit records. I don't know him. I make hit records. And then 50 started making hit records.
Yeah. 50 Cent is unfadable, bro.
He's unfadable. And then the worst part was he got Busta Rhymes to put the final knife to the back.
Yo, that shit, man. 50 is like, I think he might be the coldest out, bro. Like,
yeah, I just read his book. His newest book.
How it was
that
good?
is it's good. It's just like 50 has gotten to a level of evil that I can only compare to like a Fortune 500 CEO. Like he's just, it's like he talks about rap the way like Bill Gates talks about Microsoft, like the monopoly shit. But instead of being like, all right, I crushed the competition, like I destroyed, like, you know, I bought them out. It's kind of like, oh, so like I just exposed this. I told Ja Rule, no matter what's gonna happen, I'm gonna keep pressing them and pressing them and pressing them. Or Thierry Marie, he said about Thierry Marie, he's like, I didn't need the money. I didn't need that money. That was a message to everybody that owes me money, that if you owe me money, I am relentless.
He is, though.
Yeah.
He is, though. You seen it on Instagram.
Yep. He said, I do that on Instagram, and I'm telling you, people owe me money, they pay me back because they see what I've done to other people.
That's like he's like publicly shaming people.
Yes. Could you imagine somebody being like, I'm going to ruin your life because I want to prove to this other person?
Yeah.
It's like a more evil version of the movie Whiplash. It's just like, I'm gonna play mind games.
Then don't get in bed with the devil. You know what
you don't. Like, yeah.
Good money, man.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you ever seen like Project Pat? Like his music is always just like, I had a connect and then I robbed the connect. And it's like, it's like, why do you?
That is an animal.
Yeah, he is. It's also like, bro, why people keep? But think about it. Every album, someone new does business with him. It's like, why?
Yeah, Project Pat, man, that dude's scary.
That's a terrifying. He has a song, stick 'em up, stick 'em up, stick 'em up, stick 'em up, gun 'em down, like, oh my God, he just robs people.
You know he's like 6'7" or some shit too, right?
That's a very big.
He's a big black.
Yo, bro. Imagine being like, all right, you want to be hard? You have to be in jail with that.
Not worth it. That's not even a game I could play.
I get sad. I get scared. I think about like I see those niggas they like wait, he was in jail. That's what jail looks like. That's who's there.
Bro. It's just a bunch of big ass Project Pats. Like big ass Project Pats who had like just. It's also full of horny man energy. It's like really the worst place. I mean, like,
just like, that's why, as I said before, like yo, it's I just like I don't want to see a white woman. I think prison is fucked up, but it's like seeing a white woman who's preparing to go to jail and just thinking about that that's entertaining. That's entertaining to me. Like Lori Loughlin just walking to prison, just thinking about
Becky,
that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. Like you'll be fine, but it's still like, you're one of them now.
She'll go to rich people prison anyways.
But I still think that even in rich people prison, I feel like they still like go crazy and shit.
I mean, you're still locked up, but I think Club Fed is pretty reasonable. You know what I mean? I feel like rich people prison is like going to rehab more than it is like.
Maybe, but like, look right now. Look at quarantine now, right? We're all like, we're stuck in the house. We're stuck in the house, and it sucks. It sucks. We're stuck in the house. We get to see maybe 1, 2 of our friends. We have the internet. We have video games. We got porn. We can order food. And if we really need to leave, we can leave, and it's still miserable. Yeah, but jail is like, no, you can't go anywhere.
You can't leave.
You can't control the lights.
Yo, I never thought about that part.
You can't control the lights.
Damn.
Like you ever take a really big shit and you're just like, I'm vulnerable, and like you're just sitting there like cupping, like, oh, I'm so vulnerable, this is painful. I'm at my weakest state. There is somebody else in the room watching the entire time.
Ugh. Yeah, that's horrible, man.
That's fucking horrifying, bro.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you don't have the internet. Like, I was thinking about jail, and I was like, I couldn't have my retainer.
No, you couldn't have your retainer. You couldn't. Hold on, I have to plug my computer in. I'll be right back. Hold on. Anyways, yeah, no retainer in jail, bro.
No retainer. Like, I think it was Sunday night. I went to sleep and I just woke up super depressed and I didn't know why. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. Like, I was like, am I sad? Am I sick? And I looked and I was like, oh no, my essential oil machine was just empty.
Yeah, this is a whole different life, bro.
I'm like, yo, I can't. I'm not going to jail, bro.
You know what I think about jail too is I think for me the hardest part is like you can't ever get caught slipping.
No, ever.
The whole time. You fuck up one day and just be like, man, this is really a lot and it's getting to me, and you cry or some shit. Like, imagine you're in there for like 10 years. You can't slip up once.
Oh, I remember 50 Cent said on a song, he was like, it's wet pillows in prison. Niggas cry in the dark. Because if they do it in the day, niggas will question their heart. It's like, God damn, bro.
He didn't go to prison though.
He went there, but he still was jail. He was in jail.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, it's like you're in jail. Like,
I thought he went to like shock boot camp.
I think maybe
when he was a juvenile.
Yeah, that could be part of it. Probably, yeah. I think it was that, but still, it's like also juvenile might be worse. Imagine being like, because horny male energy at like 30 is scary, but horny teenage male energy.
I had a bunch of friends who went to juvie when I was a kid, and it sounded horrible. The Marvin J. Foote Center. It sounded terrible.
Yeah, you don't want any parts of that shit.
No, because kids don't even like. Kids are like, they want to fight anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to do it. Like, yeah, I remember my friend said he was in there and he saw a kid stab another kid with a pencil. And I was like, man, I'm going to class.
Bro, fuck that.
Whatever trajectory, me and you got to be on different paths.
I can't do that shit.
No, man, are you crazy? And now it's even worse. Because they all got that shit in the prison population, COVID, because they can't social distance. Have you been reading about that?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, they're all fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I did see I saw a prison basketball game. Like, they were on lock. They weren't on lockdown, but they were like in like the main like there's the cells, right? Then they have the little like lounge area. They set up like a wicker basket, and they were playing basketball. Man. And they had a phone snuck in. That shit actually was pretty dope. Like, I've seen some prison shit where it's like,
shit with the phone sneaking in does look lit.
Yeah, it does. Like, they have like flat screens. They were playing like 2K. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, just like chilling. But juice isn't worth the squeeze. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I could not. Yeah, juice isn't worth the squeeze. I like that.
Yeah, man, that's just not for me.
That's not for me either. All right, bro. This is the final segment of the show. First of all, I want to thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties that I was having earlier. Shout out to Spectrum, because I'm going to be on the phone with them for the next like 15, 20 minutes. I gotta ask you for help with a thing that I'm going through,
All right.
and I need a song for that.
Okay.
So let's see what's on my mind. I think right now, this actually isn't a bad thing. It's actually a pretty good thing. Right now, I'm sitting back and I'm happy about who my friend group is. You know, who I associate with, my peers, the people that I talk to. Like when I was a kid, the whole stand-up thing seemed so distant and so far away. But now I look and it's like I have so many talented, good friends, good brothers around me and shit like that. And I take a lot of pride in my friends' accomplishments, right?
Right.
I'm trying to figure out a way. So I'm trying to figure out a way to celebrate my friends but without it being like uncomfortable.
Like you don't want it to be overly you don't want it to be like overly emotional. Is that what you mean?
Not overly emotional, but just I want to do it in a way that's just like, because sometimes I'm like, oh, shout out to my friends, shout out to my homies, and my mom would be like, you all right? You sound like you're down. I don't want to sound like I'm down on myself. I want to like big my people up. Like for example, I think like Nick is great. I think Nick is super funny, talented dude. I'm happy we do the podcast together and shit like that. And I want to share that energy with the world, but I don't want it to sound like, hey, I suck and Nick is great.
Right. Like you don't want to do it at the expense of yourself.
Yes. Like how do I celebrate my friends without diminishing myself?
That's a very specific problem.
Yeah. That's it. I've been on this podcast since like October, bro. My problems get super specific.
I'm trying to think. Any genre, right?
Any genre. It doesn't have to be rap.
I mean, that's kind of like my wheelhouse. I don't know that much other
Yeah,
songs.
it could be rap too. It could be rap too.
I think you want to big up your friends. Did you ever listen to Paul Wall and Chameleonaire?
No, I never. The color changing click. I never listened to them.
Yeah, back when they did tapes together though, before Chameleonaire got the deal.
I never did. But
I fucked with that. I fucked with Texas rap for some reason in high school a lot.
Cause it's dope. Texas rap is dope. Shit.
So there's one song on. So they did a tape called Controversy Sells, because you know they were like they used to rap together and then they weren't friends anymore or some shit.
Yeah. Actually, I know a lot about that story. Because I saw their interview. They interviewed each other, and how they squashed that shit. It's beautiful.
Is that on YouTube? I haven't seen that.
It's in print.
Okay, yeah, I'll read that. But the first tape that they had that came out afterwards was called Controversy Sells.
Yeah.
So it's like on the cover of the tape, it's like a picture of each of them, but it's like ripped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, corny mixtape.
Oh, that's sick.
But there's a song on there called "I'm True," and that like feels like that would hit you where you don't want to be hit.
Word, that's what I need.
And there's two though. There's the one that's just Lil Flip and Chameleonaire, and then there's the one with like Lil Flip, 50-50 Lil Twin. That's not the one. You want the Lil Flip, Chameleonaire, and Paul Wall. I'm True.
Yeah, let's play that shit. Yeah, but yo, like that interview, it's crazy because they both kind of at the same thing where they were just like, I'm sorry because like I saw your success and I felt like I was inadequate compared to it. So I felt like I had to separate myself to go harder. And they're both just like, nah, bro, like you were doing great. I want to be like you. Like, nah, bro, I was trying to get like you because Chameleonaire is like, nah, bro, you're the first one to pop. You had Drive Slow. You had all that shit. You were doing so well. And then Paul Wall is like, you had Riding Dirty. And I've never had a song that big.
Not even close.
Yeah, so they're both just like, I felt awkward around you.
That's crazy because they were like, they both seem like good guys too.
Yeah, they all. Yo, Paul Wall, like
Paul Wall seems like good people. Millionaire.
Paul Wall's one of those white dudes that like you can tell he loves black people with all of his heart because on Mother's Day he posts his mother-in-law instead of his actual mom.
That's crazy.
Gary Owen does the same. Gary Owen does the same thing. Gary was like, "Happy Mother's Day to the mother of my queen." Blah, blah. Like, all right, you like.
Yeah, it's so interesting, guys like that, where it's like you never hear anything about the white part of their family. Like Paul Wall is from an entirely white family.
Yeah, that's a very white man.
Yeah. But like he never comes up.
Yeah, I mean, when he first dropped, nobody was like, look at that white dude. It was like, oh, that's just Paul.
Yeah, he was like, because he was with everybody.
He was with the shit. He was with the shit.
And from what I hear, from like watching Paul Wall was the one. He was like the more popular one than the Millionaire, as far as just like, people liking him. You know?
Yeah.
Paul Wall was the one that everybody loved.
Oh yeah, because you can tell by his features and shit. Paul Wall's features, like he was on everybody's shit. Like everybody just was like, oh shit, it's Paul.
Yeah.
He made grills for people.
Yo, still makes grills. He owns like, man, those Southern dudes are rich in a way that I think a lot of rappers are.
I know, because I think they understand, like, the Texas niggas, I think Texas and Memphis niggas, they understand, like, the music can't be my only form of revenue.
Right.
Like, I have to do more.
Dude, like all those guys stay independent for so long.
Yeah, they stay independent. Then they own like they'll own like a Roy Rogers or some shit, like a a Hardee's.
I heard Cam does too.
Yeah, exactly. Cam does that shit. Like those are good ways to make bread because it's like the music's gonna sell. The music, let's say Cam, right, on a yearly basis, he might make like 200,000 yearly. I'm just saying I'm lowballing it.
Right.
But then it's like, all right, you got residuals. Oh, the tour, like I said, tour money is maybe 200,000. Residuals. Then you got all of his franchises and shit like that. That probably goes up to like maybe 600, 700K.
Yeah, and he pushes merchandise for all that.
Exactly.
Like you know he's getting.
Yeah, he does like he's chilling. He's good. He's chilling, and I like that. Like I look at rappers, I'm like, oh, like that's me being older. Is
I think because I've been thinking about this with comedy lately. It's like this thing of like, yeah, when you get older, you start to realize you're like. When I was younger, I just thought success was being like white hot.
Yo, Nick, turn it down a little bit.
Like, you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Like, when I was a younger, like I was like, oh man, if I could just be the biggest comic, that's like the point. And then now it's like, no, it's these people who have these little jobs that you don't even know about. That's like even like we were talking about the other day, like VO and shit like that is like,
yeah,
that's the kind of shit like where you can make that money.
Exactly. Yeah, that shit, or even like a dude like Fred Willard.
Bro, worked till he died.
Exactly, worked till he died, but it was never like, oh my god, Fred Willard is the hottest star. Nope. It was just, but he was the dude everybody liked.
And he was hilarious the whole time. And if you look at his like filmography or whatever, he was in a bunch of shitty shit.
He's a bunch of trash.
But like whatever, because he's funny and like he worked the whole time. Like,
he worked the whole time, and it was like he also crossed so many different levels. Like niggas love Fred Willard because of the Boondocks.
Yeah. Yo, the fact that he even did the Boondocks is incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did that. Like, he was in How High.
Yo, he was in How High. That's great. That's like such a testament to his career that he could do that and then go do like, you know, those Christopher Guest movies, which are funny but are also the whitest shit.
Oh my god, fucking! I remember, my first white girlfriend. She showed me Best in Show, and my mind was blown at how funny it was. That was the whitest movie I've ever. That's the whitest, but it's like it's so white. It's like they're making fun of 3 different kinds of white. I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
Like,
that movie is like hilarious, and so yeah, you're right. So white.
so white. But it's like, but Fred Willard was fucking fantastic in that.
Hilarious. He was hilarious in Anchorman.
Who was he in Anchorman?
He was the boss, the head boss.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
his son was wilding, so he would have all those ad libs where he's like, "Oh yeah, it seems my youngest was on something called PCP. He shot a gun at the school or whatever." You know what
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yo, Fred Willard was great. Yo, Fred Willard was fucking great. Even like the last major thing, I think you should leave. That one episode.
That's what I'm saying. That guy.
Dude, have you seen the piano that's actually the clip that's like based off of?
No.
It's like a guy who has and that's like an actual instrument.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And Fred Willard was just like in it and just being like, my condolences. Oh, I have a sad song for you. This song is about a baby duck that gets his head caught in a stewed tomato.
Bro, you know why how you know Fred Willard is hilarious? He got caught jerking off in a porno theater and nobody cared.
Oh, did you ever hear his response to that?
No. What do you mean? Like,
He was just like, he got caught jerking off, and then he said, it's a shame that I didn't have a chance to review the movie because I had a lot of opinions.
that's hilarious. See? Hilarious.
Yo, he's always funny. He's just always funny.
Bro, those are the guys who it's like, the older I get, it's like, that's the stuff I like. It's just, like, I don't need to be like Kevin Hart or anything, you know?
No, never. That shit sounds like, and that, you go crazy.
Kevin Hart shit seems nuts.
Yo, I was thinking about his documentary the other day.
What do you think about it? That documentary was weird, right?
That documentary is one of the craziest. Nick, have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So basically, the documentary
clip though.
The fight clip. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was such a shit. That was so shitty of him, but it was still like really funny. And he was like, "Do you have a house? But do you have a house? Answer my questions." Yeah, and the guy clearly didn't have a house. I was like, "That's fucked up." But it was funny. I said, "But do you have a house?" But the whole shit is just you just watch his ego go crazier and crazy. But I also realized watching it, I was like, if he didn't have the ego he had, he would not have the level of success that he had.
Yeah, but that's totally true. But it's also like, to what level is it like, is that even like for what? You know what I mean? Because it's like when you get that big, no matter what, the quality suffers, right?
The quality, no one's that big and consistent.
Yeah, you just can't be. And it's like, have you ever like, why would you want to tell jokes in front of an arena? Like, you know what I mean? That shit sounds like it would be terrible.
That shit sounds like, because sometimes you want jokes that aren't that funny to line up jokes that are really funny. So it's like, I'm going to be honest here. Like, he's like, this the intimacy is gone.
Yeah, there is no intimacy when you're that level. You can't be.
Yeah, that's horrifying. And then like the scary part of that documentary too is like when like one of his openers was breaking down each of his specials.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're a whole comic yourself. Like, you should have your own. Like, why aren't you thinking we're about my like?
Because it's too good to like. What do? You know what I mean? That's like, I think that's how people get caught up in that role. Is it's just like, it's just good enough, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it'd be better. I think I like the idea of like my career be like, I do my own thing. People like me for who I am. It doesn't matter how big I am, but people like, I know for a fact if women are trying to sleep with me, they're not trying to sleep with the guy who's above.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, would you rather be independent or would you rather be under somebody's like would you rather be less successful and be independent or be crazy successful and be under somebody's umbrella? I wouldn't want to have somebody be able to dictate my life the way that he does theirs.
Yeah, they can't change it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, remember did you remember in the show when that guy's directing an episode of some shit?
Yeah.
And then like Kevin Hart just shows up and is like bossing up on him? And it's
Yeah,
like,
and it's like he's like half joking, but he's also like he's being very serious. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh, well, I'm the boss. Like, I'm the boss." Like, yeah,
And you're like, yo, I would never want to be able to have somebody do that to me.
yeah, because it's like because you're with the person, you're like your best friend, somebody that can fire you.
Well, and then you wonder though, are they best friends? Is that a friendship?
That's not a friendship. These are just your loyal employees.
Yeah, like that's what it feels like. You have your whole and you have your whole life. If Kevin Hart's not hot, what are you doing? I know a dude who had that problem. He used to he used to tour with this big comic, and
Yeah,
the comic fell off, and or this guy was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm gonna try to be my own comic, right?
hmm
And he had gone all around the world with dude and shit like that. He said he had been to JFL like 5-6 times. He went back to the JFL people to be like, hey, so can I do new faces? And they were like, oh, no. You're so-and-so's guy. You don't, like, he realized nobody took him seriously. He was just dude's boy for his whole career, you know?
that shit is that's I've been thinking about that shit a lot too. Like the levels to which people just tolerate you.
Bro, it's like, it's scary to think about too, because you're like, because like this whole thing is based on relationships. So
Yeah,
you like, and nobody's like, in general in entertainment, it's just not, the setup isn't be mean to each other. Nobody's really like that mean to each other, like
yeah.
outwardly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the idea of like, are people just tolerating me is like very scary.
Yeah, and like I think it's scary because we've all seen it happen where there's somebody who is just like that, like people were tolerating, and it could be you in the moment, it could be somebody else. We've seen it, and it's just like I've seen it happen too for me, where it's just like I remember like there are certain things where like I got a thing, and I saw people just laugh differently and like talk to me different, and I
Yep.
was like, because now I still don't matter, bro, but it's just like, oh, but you matter, but you're still, it's, I don't know, the game is crazy.
No, yeah, that shit happens. Yeah. You see that every time. Every time I get something new. Yeah, it's just you see like, and it's weird to see people who it's like, we started together. Why are you weird towards me? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I've had it. I've been on the opposite side of that, right? Like I had a friend of mine confront me, being like, "Yo, why are you acting so funny?" And it's kind of just like I think it's that comes down to like an insecurity thing.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
all. That's all insecurity, and like but like you have to just embrace it and understand it, and like try to figure out like why are you insecure? Because at the end of the day, and I feel this all the time, especially for like where I'm at, where it's like I'm always like I'm on like a cusp of like, all right, I moved to a new city, and I'm building my own thing, and it's very easy. It's so easy to be like, I'm insecure because I'm not doing enough, and you're worried people are watching you struggle. But everyone's like, no, when I see you, I see a comic that I know, and all this shit, and everyone who I know who has some shit, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't change. Yeah.
It does. It's kind of like, to
You
me,
put so much on it and
you
then
put so much on it. Like for me, what I noticed is like with my like on a different level, like my high school friends, like my friends I know for like a long time, like high school, college, and whatnot. And it's like with dating, when the first of my friends started losing their virginity and stuff like that, it was like they were different. Like I'm different. I get to talk. I'm an authority on this. I'm an authority on that. And then I remember for me, it was like then I moved around and people saw me start dating a lot, and now they take my word different. I'm just like, no, I'm still saying the same shit I was saying yesterday.
yeah, it's
I
like
haven't changed. It's just that somebody has seen me and they appreciate, or somebody seen me and they responded in a certain way. I'm still the same person. I'm not changing because of this shit.
people, yeah, I mean ultimately it's just like, you know, creation is what the joy is, and that should be where we find the pleasure, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like nothing feels different. I was talking to my mom actually about this the other day. She was talking about some shit in comedy, and I was like, it still all feels the same way though. Like everything feels the same way to me that it did when I was like open micing all the time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the stakes have changed, and I get like you get more money or whatever, but it doesn't really ever feel any different.
Well, that's good. I think it should. I think the stakes changing is a huge thing. Like on a very, very minor level, very, very minute level. The other day, I had a tweet that was super viral. I was like, oh, this is dope. And then, oh, so I had a tweet that was super viral. I was like, oh, this is super dope. And then right after that tweet went viral, I got a text from Bank of America being like, yeah, your bank account is under $25.
Ain't that how it fucking goes?
And I was like, oh, this doesn't matter at all.
No, bro, man. The night after I did Conan, I fucking woke up alone. You know what I mean?
Dog. Also, speaking of that, the beginning of your Conan is my favorite thing ever when he just walked too far.
Oh man, I thought they were gonna cut it out. Is the crazy thing.
That shit was so funny though.
I didn't know at the time though. So when it happened in my head, I was like, I thought it was over. Like that's why I said that, because I was like, all right, well, the Booker likes you, so like maybe you could. I was already past the set. I was already thinking about like maybe I can get back on again later.
Nah, bro.
People thought that it was on purpose, which is hilarious.
Yeah, no, so did I. I thought that was on. I thought it was on purpose still right now.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that was it. I just shot past my mark.
Ah, bro, that shit was cool. But like, I don't know. I think also just like knowing you. I remember when I first met you at Bridgetown or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just like your energy was because you're just a cool dude, and I think that like some people it changed. You say it all feels the same, but I feel like a lot of people with any sort of success or any sort of life milestone, it's like they're seeking that for validation, and instead of doing it because they want to, they're doing this like to attain a certain level. Once they get to that level, they act funny. But you were just like, yo, I'm a cool dude. I'm already like I know I'm a cool dude already. So I can just move around. So like I saw you, the first time I saw you, we didn't have a long conversation. We were just like, oh, what's up? Oh, what's up? And that was it. And you're like, and then Sam was like, oh, that's my homie. That's my homie. It's like, all right, bet. We're cool now. And that was the end of it.
And Sam was wilding. You remember that?
Sam was on 10.
Yo, she was going for it. Oh man.
That was a great time. But yo, we've been talking now for like 2 hours, my guy. Dave,
shit, yeah.
Thank you so much for doing the show. Thank you so much for talking. Thank you for dealing with all the fucking technical bullshit difficulties that we had. But I really appreciate, this time. Of course, bro. Of course. Where can people find you online?
Twitter at the G is silent.
Yes.
Instagram is cool guy jokes 87. I didn't think the platform was gonna last. And yeah, those are good. Those work.
All right, word. Thank you very much, Nick. As always, thank you so much, bro. We had a good time. And that's the show, everybody. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Put a mask on, all that shit. And we'll be back later. Peace.
All right. So you want me to just